Hi there, theorists. Neil here again, and welcome to another Cherry Bomb Weekly Recap. It is March 23rd, 2020, and things are moving. So we are going to hop into the platform, see how the week went, and maybe see if we can glean some sort of idea as to what's going to be happening this week. So, with that said, let's hop into the platform. So we are here inside of our Thinkorswim Monitor tab and our simulated trading. It's our paper money account. A great way in this time for you to practice learning how to trade. So all those things you've been wanting to learn with all that time on your hands, you might be finding this is the right time, right? So here we're taking a look at the current positions. We have a few to review. And, I left this one here. I'm sort of leaving it here. This crude oil position, remember, we've been having some sort of software glitch where it won't let me close it. I figured, though, I would wait to be on camera to try to close it again. So we're just going to work our way down the list of positions, see how they're going for us. Many of them not as awesome as you'd think, right? Or maybe you would think that they'd be not so awesome with the market doing what it's doing. So let's start with the crude oil position. So I'm going to go over to the Analyze tab. I'm going to click this little drop down here, and it's normally defaults to all. I want to choose positions. It makes my life a lot easier. And then I can hit crude oil futures here for this one, and I want to see the risk profile. All right, so let's see what we got here. So remember, we did a short call vertical on this one that was bearish, right? We wanted the price to go down, and it has, right? And so at this point, we are quite profitable. But unfortunately, the situation is that even though I reached out to support via the chat feature here, they are aware of the problem, but they didn't tell us when they were going to fix it. So let's give it a whirl now. Let's see if we can close that position. Going back to the Monitor tab, I'm going to click on these two here, shift click, and then I'm going to right click and choose Create Closing Order. I want to buy a vertical at 17 cents. Okay, simulated trade, that's great. Confirm and send. All right, I'm going to send. And it appears to not be resolved. See, it says accepted here. All right, you know what? I will try daily, maybe sometimes more than once a day. And I'm going to right click and choose cancel this order because it's not going to work. And we're out of that. That order is canceled. So crude, we'll see what happens with you. Natural gas did not work out as expected. So let's take a look at that. Let's go to charts. Once again, in this drop down here, I'm going to choose positions, which is already there, hit natural gas, and then zoom in on the recent past here, all the way back to, let's see here, about a month. So, yeah, we thought it might come back up after this, being at the low for the year. Well, it gave us a new low. And that's why we are not profitable, because we took a bullish position on natural gas. But let's see how many days we have left. We have 35-ish days left to expiration. So that's perfectly fine. We are short one put on that one. Let's give that one some time to figure out what it's going to do. All right. Apple. Analyze. Well, you know what? Let's chart for Apple first. Okay, wow. Apple had a bad day there. Look at that one. Yep, that was Friday. For a while there, I was thinking Apple might have it. Might be having a way to come back, and it certainly looks like it hasn't. So if we go to that risk graph for this one, we can see our iron condor here. Let's shrink this up a smidge here. I guess we could stretch it out some. I'll just do this. All right, we can see that the Apple shares have moved down and all the way through our puts on our iron condor, and our calls are over here most likely worthless. I don't even know that we're going to be able to buy this call spread back to roll it down here to make a butterfly, iron butterfly. I don't know if that's going to work. But that's something that I probably will put on to do that. I don't think it's going to be liquid enough. But yeah, this guy's a loser for us because of that. We could try to manage it by rolling that down. All right, let's take a look at EWW. We've got 4 days left to expiration on this one. And yeah, that one is another loser, Iron Condor, that defied the probabilities. Let's check that one out. Okay, so here it is. We did roll this Iron Condor down to make an Iron Butterfly, and naturally that reduced our probabilities of it coming back and then hanging out here for us, which would have been sweet, right? It did not happen, but it did reduce the pain that we're feeling in. Hey, look at that. Sometimes that's what we need to do, right? So I'm not going to invert it. I'm not going to bring the call spread down, nor do I think I could. And I think what will end up happening is in Wednesday-ish, I will try to close this trade and we'll take the loss. And here we are with Southwest Airlines. Let's take a look at Southwest. Southwest is feeling it like the other airlines. Here we are going back to February 11th, the high and the low, all within about a month of each other. Yeah, so we ended up, what was this, a short put that we ended up closing that for a loss, then going long, and then selling a covered call for 50. And somehow, magically, the call itself is losing money. So if we open this up here, we can see that even the call has lost. But let's take a look at that one. Let's go to the Analyze trade. We're in love. And this is the whole position here with the covered call. Let me bring that in there. So you can see here, we'd love for it to go up, right? Although it caps us once we hit our short strike for our call. However, if I take off the long trades and we just look at that call that we sold, right? We profit on that call so long as it stays below 50, and it has, right? But the reason that we're still losing money has to be due to an increase in the implied volatility, dragging this purple line down. So, hey, nothing we can do about that. We can see that if this were to make it to expiration, that we would make the 80 cents that we sold it for, right? And reduce our cost basis even further. That's really all that we can hope to do with love at this point, is to reduce our cost basis by selling those covered calls every once in a while, every 45-ish days, right? Okay, so we're just going to keep playing the cost basis game here with Southwest Airlines. Macy's here, not shockingly, also not doing amazing, thanks to the coronavirus. So let's take a look at the charts and hit down to Macy's. And we have our low here for the year at 556. It looked like there was going to be a comeback, right? Some sort of a bounce, I guess you could say that there was. And then the next day on Friday, we took it all back. All right, so we have 25 days left for that one. On Friday, we will look to manage this position at 21 days left. We might roll out in time and give it more time to give that comeback. That's most likely the management method that we're going to have on Macy's, is just rolling out in time. And our VIX trade, naturally, because volatility has not come down much, let's hit that one on the chart. Here's VIX, and you can see the fear is still there. All right, it did come down a little bit on Thursday, and then came back a smidge on Friday. So based on what I'm seeing over here, which is a perfect, I guess, transition. If we look at VIX here, we are short a $2 wide call spread. Take a look at that on the risk graph here. This is, I guess, a good example of how, if you remember our oil trade, which is a short call spread, we profited when it went down, right? Here, because the underlying went up and it blew through our strikes, here we are facing a maximum loss. And we're also past what's called a theta switch. At this point in time is going to work against us. This purple line, if this stays still, is going to move down, or increase our losses. So right there is your theta switch. Okay. Anyway, as I said, is a perfect segue over here. Taking a look at our monitor, not our monitor tab, but our custom watch list here. We can see that, yeah, so some things are moving down. Last night or I should say Sunday night when the futures opened, this was down the full 5%. It hit its, I guess they call it the circuit breaker, right? And then that when trading resumed, it seemed to go up a couple percents. These were down 5%. This was down 4.5%. Oil was down, I think, 6.5% near open. And I did check it right before bed. It was up about 1%. So we've seen quite a bit of fluctuation here in oil. But there's that volatility since we were talking about the VXX. Here's VIX. It's up 10%. So, yeah, we'll see what happens there. All right, so it's looking like another down day, and I hope you guys have taken this opportunity to get inside of paper trading if you've never done before. Try out the trades that you've been thinking of. Join the Cherry Bomb email list. Head over to tastytrade.com. I'll put the link in the description for this video. If you're reading this on my website, you'll have to actually open up the YouTube video to see the description for this video, but that's it for this weekly recap. If you like this video, please leave a thumbs up. If you want to see more of this kind of stuff, hit the subscribe button, ring the bell, you'll be notified. I try to release a video 6 days a week, although I did miss this weekend hanging out with the kids. I did not do this past weekend's how-to video, so I have to double up this week. All right, everybody, best wishes, stay healthy, and I'll see you in tomorrow's Cherry Bomb.